Yes, we are live here on the Woman Agenda podcast. This is Raj, the host of the podcast. We have a special guest, Myesha Oliver, who's a very talented book author. She's had lots of struggles which she's had to come through, and she's come through with flying colours. She lots about her, which will give a lot of inspiration to a lot of people. Obviously, quick mention, yes, this will be available on the audio version of the podcast as well. So we will be uploading it on there straight after this. So it'll be available on Apple Podcasts and all where all podcasts can be found. And so, first of all, how are you? How are you today, Ayesha?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Not too bad, thank you.
Everything-
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, first of all. We know it says on the profile that obviously you've had to obviously come through a lot of challenging situations and stuff, but and obviously you've written a book and stuff. But first of all, if you just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Myesha. I live in Tampa, Florida. I am a mom of four kids, three girls, one boy, and my son is autistic. And
Yeah.
so I wrote the book just detailing some of the strategies that I use to make it through a very tough time in my life. I lost my husband, and then 3 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I had to do that journey on my own and just figure out how to do life and make it through that journey as well. So I put together the book with all of the strategies that really helped me with just maintaining my mental health and making it through everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a very, very tough, must have been a very, very tough period for you, obviously, at that time. Going through the cancer and then obviously losing losing someone close. Obviously, that is another tough, very, very tough battle, a very, very tough battle to face regarding that. When you were obviously suffering from cancer and stuff before then, were you writing books before then, or was this your first book?
This is my first book. I
Your first
wasn't
book.
writing, I was journaling. So I did keep a journal, a digital journal. And so this was my first book. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And obviously regarding your struggles and I mean, did you get much support at that time when you were going through all, the struggles and coming through cancer?
Yeah, so I did get support from my family. When I was first diagnosed, I did keep it to myself for a while because I just wanted to process through it on my own before sharing it with the rest of my family and my kids. And so once I got into the mindset of, okay, I'm going to fight this, I'm going to be okay, that's when I started sharing it with everyone. And they were great. They really rallied around me. So I was really blessed to have family that would come get my kids so they didn't have to stay home while I was going through chemotherapy. And it was a real blessing to have them.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely. I mean, family does. If you have a strong family and they help you, then that does obviously help. It does help one come through those difficult situations on
Mhm.
there, and obviously losing someone close. Obviously, that obviously is a difficult thing in itself on there. So, I mean, after that, did you need any extra help yourself to like any therapy or to come out of
I
this?
did.
Or
Yep. Yep. I kind of knew right away because it was two big events in our lives that both myself and my kids would need a therapist and someone to speak with. I didn't want them to bottle up their emotions or think they just had to push forward without processing through everything that had happened. So, yeah, I got them into therapy and then me as well. Mhm. So that was a big help for me. Another thing that really helped me through was I started just focusing on gratitude. And so I set up a separate gratitude journal. And that was just so powerful for me. I felt that it really made the process a lot smoother. If you know, if as smooth as it could be, as far as it felt that everything was falling into place. Anything I needed, it manifested. You know, God made it happen, and so I really focused on gratitude and just being thankful for what we did have, and all the blessings I did have in my life, instead of focusing on everything bad that was happening. And
Yeah.
so I detailed that in the book as well.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. And how important role was faith in coming through this? You mentioned faith. Um, how important was faith during this time?
So it was huge for me. I can say honestly, when it occurred, well, even back when my husband passed, I was raised as a Christian. My mom is actually a pastor. However, I wasn't practicing my faith. Um, I wasn't attending church. I wasn't reading the word. I wasn't doing anything. And of course, once everything started falling apart, I went back to what I knew and what I knew would help me through the situation. And so, really reconnecting with God and reestablishing that spiritual connection was a huge help to me. It definitely helped me through the process because you have to really believe in something bigger than yourself and a purpose for everything. When stuff like this starts to happen, it has to be a bigger purpose to it. So it really helped me.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you do have a faith, which is a personal thing, but if you do have that, and
Hmm.
then obviously that does, I guess that does definitely help. Help you to come out of a difficult situation like you said you had. So was that the reason why you decided to write this book, like you said?
Well, I decided to write the book because a lot of people would say to me, just like they couldn't believe I was even going through all that at the time. Like they didn't know how much I was going through, and because I kept a really happy disposition, because I was happy, like, and so many people were asking me, like, how did you do this? Like, how are you making it through this situation? And so that's why I decided to write the book, and hopefully it can help anyone else that's going through a major life transition or something huge has happened, and you're just wondering, how can I make it through this situation? And so that's why I wrote the book.
All right, okay. And I mean, not giving anything away, obviously the book, when did the book release? When did the book come out?
I released it November 2022.
Okay. And is it, I mean, obviously you don't want to give anything away from the book, but um I mean, what is the brief thing which you're looking to do to to come out of the book? What is the main thing? When you wrote the book, and what was the main thing? Well, you've said some stuff about the book is it called Shutterproof 8 Strategies? So what is these 8 strategies? I mean, without giving too much away, but what's the main thing about this? The
Sure, yeah. So some of the strategies help you with ways to release stress. Um,
right.
yep. So that's a huge part of the book. Ways to navigate through negative self talk, and things we just tell ourselves, limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. I address that. I address the power of gratitude as well as the power of journaling and even organization, like just being a little bit more organized and being more purposeful with your day. So all of those things are in the book.
All right, okay. Yeah, it seems very interesting. So, did you approach any publishers for this book, or is it you've just you've how did you go about doing it?
I self-published.
Self-published. Okay.
I self-published, so it's on Amazon, the Kindle version, and yep, I'm self-publishing it. So I actually is there's a woman. Her name is Jasmine Womack. Um,
Right.
I went through her program on how to write a book, and that really helped give me the structure that I needed to put it together.
All right. Okay. Did you have anyone who had to proofread the book or edited the
Oh yeah,
book?
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. So I paid an editor to proof it, edit it. I got a designer for the layout. So all the things that you do during the
Yeah.
book process, I went through with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. That is very interesting. And so you released the book, and the main thing, obviously, what was the response like once you got this book out from your family, from your friends, and the feedback you received?
Yeah, so I've gotten some really great feedback. I've had people reach out to me and say it really helped them. I had a woman reach out and tell me she's going through a medical issue herself, and it really gave her some encouragement to, get up, move forward, doing simple things like just getting up, getting dressed, looking your best, making a plan for your day, and just not falling into that sickness or that illness and letting it hold her back. And so she just reached out and thanked me so much. And several people have read it and said it was powerful and it helped them, because it's really something, even it's something that I think everyone can pull something from.
Yeah, because you mentioned, and I can see obviously when we chatted, and obviously on Matchmaker and stuff, and obviously on your profile, you've said stuff like helping women to thrive and stuff. I think that's what you probably mean as well
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
book, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that's something I definitely want for women, just to be able to thrive through when things happen that may not be what you had on your agenda or plan, and being able to redesign your life, because then life is completely different. And so that gives you a chance to redesign it and make it how you want. So just looking at it as the glass half full instead of half empty, and what can you do with this situation to move forward. So I actually wrote the book while I was finishing up chemo and going through radiation, is when I wrote it.
wow, dating me.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's tough in itself. That's tough in itself, and obviously I know a few people who've obviously been through different types of cancer myself, and I got a close cousin as well who's fought it. So I know it is a tough thing, and
Yeah.
and they've been telling me about it, and obviously been keeping in touch with them. So I know that it is a tough thing. Chemotherapy is tough. It takes a lot out of you. Chemotherapy
Mhm.
therapy does take a lot of you. But yeah, to still write the book, I mean, that must have been a tough thing to do. To do all that chemotherapy, and then obviously you, like you said, you got 4 kids as well, um,
Mhm.
and then write the book as well. So how did you find the time to write the book?
I had to make the time for it. So I just put it into my schedule.
Hmm.
I did most of it on the weekends, because I worked through chemo, and I took a little bit of time off during radiation, but I just tried to put it into my schedule. I did most of it on the weekends. I would hang something on my door to let my kids know that I was writing, and then they wouldn't bother me for a couple of hours. So that was great. And so
Yeah.
I was able to knock it out pretty quickly. But it was challenging. But I'm the type of person that I like to stay busy. I like a challenge. I like a project to work on. So it was therapeutic for me as well to have it to do.
Okay, so everyone can find this book on Amazon.com.
Mhm.
So on all online book retailers, yeah.
Yes.
Would it be available in I mean, physical bookstores? I mean, I know not many people release it on physical bookstores. It's a tough one to release in physical bookstores these days. Uh,
Yeah.
it's not that easy to release. I
No.
mean, in yeah.
They can, if they want to grab a physical copy, they can reach out to me on Instagram at the Myesha at the Myesha Oliver, excuse me, on Instagram. Click the link in my bio. I do have physical copies available, but I don't have them in bookstores. Like you said, it's easier to put the digital copy out for everyone, but I do have physical copies available.
We have put it on here as well, so anybody can see the link on here, and we will put it on the audio version of the podcast. The links will be in the episode description of the audio version of the podcast as well. So this is the Instagram handler. Misha was just mentioning. This is the official Instagram handler on there, and she is available on Facebook as well, which we will just mention. This is the Facebook handle, Facebook page. I always say handle because I'm always on Twitter, and that's why.
On Twitter.
Uh, that's why I say handle, because you say on Twitter you got Twitter handle. So because I'm on Facebook, I mean Twitter, then Facebook. So yeah, so this is the Facebook page. If you want to get in touch with Misha, you can get in touch on the Facebook page as well.
Mhm.
So are you more active on Instagram or Facebook?
On Instagram. Yeah,
Instagram.
I'm more active on
A
Instagram.
lot of people
Yeah.
prefer Instagram than Facebook, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like
yeah.
it's easier to interact with people and could make a connection on Instagram than Facebook.
I have heard that from a few people. Yeah, that
Hmm.
they've said this. They've said it's easier. Instagram is easier. There's a few which have said, like myself, that okay, we prefer Instagram. We don't mind Twitter, but Facebook they're a bit yeah. And I think I find it a bit not that easy on Facebook myself, to be honest. To
Yeah.
interact with people.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, but you have to be on most of the platforms because of the podcast, or if you're an author, you have to be available on majority of the podcasts. I mean, social media, important tool on there. And I can see you do have a YouTube channel as well. Do you?
I do. So that's something I have
Mhm.
coming. I've been posting like shorts lately on YouTube, but I plan on posting more information about the book and an upcoming coaching program connected to the book on YouTube.
So how is it? How hard or how easy? I mean, yeah, I mean, I suppose not easy, but regarding marketing the book, when you self-publish, you have to do everything yourself, and
Right.
I've realized this when I did a self-publish years back. When you do it yourself, when I did it with a publishing house, I knew that they were taking care of some of the stuff. But when I did it
Yeah.
by myself, I self-published. I said, "No, I'm not going to use them. I'll do it myself." Then then I realized you have to do all the work of the
All the
marketing.
work. Yeah, yeah, I definitely
It's not
do.
that
So
easy. It's not easy to do.
no, no, it's not. You really have to. It's a second job.
It's a second job. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So did you have to? Was there like a lot of promotion you had to do, or
Yeah, so I did a lot of pre-promotion on social media,
social media?
on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I did a lot of um, pre-promoting on there leading up to the book release. And so I got a lot of pre-sales that way. So that was great. Um, And then now I'm doing the podcast and reaching out and getting those scheduled. So it's a process, and I'm reaching out to organizations as well. But you're right. Yeah, you have to do everything yourself when you self publish.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see it, and it's available 9 dot. I can see I just had a quick check, and it is available straight away. Very good price, 9.99 US. So it is a very a cost effective book to purchase. So, and it's like you said, it's very easy to purchase on Amazon
Mhm.
and on there. So yeah. So have you had many people reviewing the book as well? Have you had like any reviewers or anyone giving you like?
I've only had reviews from people who have read the book, and so I've reposted those. I'm just starting to get into like having people who professionally review the book. So I just reached out to one other person, and he's going to review it and post his
Yeah,
review. So yeah, I'm starting to do that now.
yeah. It's a learning experience, especially
Hmm.
when you self publish and it's your first book. It's a learning experience. It's like
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a good idea because professional reviewers, they'll give you a very good they'll give you an honest review of
Hmm.
everything. I'm sure it would be a book which a lot of people, a lot of women will get inspired of. Are you? Is there any books in the works at the moment? Is there any ideas you have which you can say?
No, I do not have another book idea in the works at this moment. I'm still working on this one, marketing this one.
Yeah, that's true.
May
True.
write another book in the future. I could see maybe a year or two from now,
Yeah,
writing another book, but not right now.
yeah. And it does take a lot of out of one person as well when you write a book, and then the marketing, and then obviously you'll be working on the marketing for quite a while
Hmm.
on the book itself, and seeing the response and seeing what
Yeah.
kind of response is, which I'm sure it's good. So is this book obviously you said it's there to help women thrive. So this is based on yourself. This book, is it based on your experiences, your real life?
Yeah. So it's based on some of my experiences. I also put some research in there that's from some professionals. So if I make a suggestion of a strategy, then I have the research behind it of why it's a good strategy to use. So it is my experience, but it's also some proven strategies.
Okay, so it's a mixture
It's a
of
mixture. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to just
right,
make it, just a book all about me. um,
right. Okay, so if anyone obviously wants to get in touch with you, they can obviously get in touch with you via Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm on
Oh,
all.
Twitter as well. Okay, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter, yes, Twitter and LinkedIn as well.
Yes.
And is that the same? Is it? Are these under your name as well?
Yep, everything's under
Twitter.
my name, so I kept it pretty easy to find. It's all either the Myesha Oliver or just Myesha Oliver. I'm also a healthcare recruiter, so I've been a recruiter for probably like 15 years now. So I also give women just career advice and tips on the interview process and their resume strategies and things like that. So I put a
Right.
little bit of content on my pages as well on that.
Okay. Wow. That is really good. Absolutely, and obviously you were mentioning that obviously one of your kid has autism. Obviously, um, that probably does. How that must be quite challenging as well. Obviously, with the kids and everything. So how challenging is that? And does it make if one kid has autism, does it make it even more challenging for the kid itself? Obviously, it would be challenging as well. But how challenging would it be for yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging for him, and then for
Yeah.
me it's just being able to balance out work and his therapies and schedule and things that he needs, and also making sure that I'm, spending enough time with my other kids as well and meeting their needs, because it can be very demanding having a child on the spectrum. But eventually you do get to a point where it's just your way of life, so you get into a groove, as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Because once you do it for quite a while, like you said, absolutely, then you do get you do get it does become a pattern of your life. Absolutely, definitely, absolutely. So anyone wanting to purchase the book, like we've said, it is available on Amazon and all online book retailers. Do have a check it out. Check the book out. On there, we've also checked it out. Seems very interesting. Available on the Kindle. Is it available on the physical paperback as well? Oh,
Yes, if they reach out to me, online, there's a link in my bio, pretty much on all of my pages, and they can get a physical copy through me.
okay. So just to quickly mention again, this is the Instagram page. If you want to get in touch with Misha on Instagram, this is the page there, Instagram. This is the Facebook page, and if you haven't seen these links, they will be on the YouTube description of the video of the chat. They will be on there as well. The links will be. I'll put the links on there as well. And like I said, on the audio version, the links will be there. If you want to get in touch with her regarding that, or if you want to give any feedback regarding the book, then you can do that as well. And would that be the same for the media as well, the press?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And on there, and you have an email address. Is that? Can I just mention the email address? Is that for the media?
Which one do
Your,
you have? I don't know. Do you have Myesha.Oliver at oliverventures.com? Yes.
yeah, that's the main email address, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just quickly mention it now. It is Misha.Oliver. That's the email address there. If you want to get in touch, and if you're the media, you want to get in touch, this is the email address. You can get in touch with Misha on that email address on there, and we will obviously be sharing some of these clips and stuff what Misha has talked about on social media. You will see that on there. Misha, is there anything else you would like to add or say to anyone who will see this afterwards or listen to this?
Just I would appreciate if they will let me know what their thoughts are on the book. Feel free to reach out if you want to have a discussion on it. I'm definitely open.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get in touch, have a discussion, or if you want to give any feedback to Misha, you can do so also on there on her social media. And yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of women will get inspired by this book, and obviously, and they will find it very inspiring on there. But yeah, definitely. I mean, lots of stuff which you've been through, Amisha. It is very, very tough, and it's hard to imagine. um, to be honest, how tough it would have been for you at that time. But yeah, definitely shows how strong you were, and obviously, and the faith and everything, and your family, and all that played a role in helping you come through that as well. Definitely. On that, and it has been a pleasure to have you on here. Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming
for
on. Thank you very much, and we will obviously share the link at the end of this. Thank you very much, guys, and we will be back later on today with an update of some what's coming up on the podcast channel, and and we will tell you some more information on what's happening. And this will be available straight after this. We will upload the audio version as well on the Apple Podcast and where podcasts can be found. Thank you very much, guys. Have enjoyed the rest of the Sunday. I'll be back a bit later on.
Thank you.